YouTube trends are like waves. Keep ahead and you'll ride the wave along the entire beach. Fall behind, however, and you'll be left stranded, paddling in the ocean while everybody else succeeds. And much like waves, the key to trends is to know when they are coming so you can adapt to the new meta and capitalize on what people want to see. So in this video, I'm going to share 5 YouTube trends that 2 other YouTube experts and I project for 2024 so that you can take advantage of them before everybody else finds out. Starting with trend 1, the fall of YouTube automation. YouTube is no longer easy. Over the past few years, the content has been flooded with people trying to get rich using lazy automated content. And that's not to say everybody's lazy, but for a lot of people, it just means outsourcing labor to cheap countries like India and the Philippines, and then using that labor to pump out low quality content at a very high volume. And it also doesn't help that there are a lot of online gurus promising free and easy money by just using ChatGPT, Canva AI, and cheap freelancers to automate using this method. Now, this method of automation did work pretty well for a lot of people in the very beginning. In fact, some went on to even build entire empires from it. But nowadays, that circle has gotten much smaller due to the influx of people that are simply trying to do it. But as is the case with most gold rushes, nowadays, viewers are getting tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. Content formats and popular niches that once got hundreds of thousands of views now sometimes barely even struggle to scrape 1,000 because they've been done the same way millions of times before. It also doesn't help that in 2024, the cost of freelancers is rising significantly due to much higher demand for their services. Therefore, if you don't want to get left behind, you need to focus on creating high quality original content yourself rather than having low cost people and tools copy other people's stuff for you. Ditch the AI voice and just use your own. Ditch the ChatGPT script and either hire a high quality freelance scriptwriter or just learn to write content yourself. Gone are the days where high quantity, low quality content is recorded on YouTube. That's also not to say that AI tools don't have a place in your workflow, but we'll get to that later. Before then, here's Lyndon with...
When it comes to trends, the pendulum always swings back and forth. Between 2013 to 2015, short-form content was popular due to the introduction of Vine. A few years later, between 2016 and 2020, we saw the rise of long-form content as podcasts as people began to crave more extended content. Now, if we look at 2020 to 2023, we saw the pendulum swing back to short-form content due to the popularity of TikTok. And now, in 2024, the pendulum is going to swing back to long-form content. And here's why. The pandemic saw an 80% increase on YouTube viewership on TV screens. Cut to 2024, and now as much as 45% of YouTube viewership is coming on TVs. And YouTube is rolling out feature after feature to make this process as seamless as possible. And that has led to time spent watching YouTube on TV beating all other networks and streaming services. So due to the pendulum swinging back to long-form content and the push from YouTube to improve the TV watching experience, I believe that long-form content is going to see a resurgence in 2024. And because the process of switching between videos on TV is harder, people are going to naturally want to put on long-form content even more. And we have already seen this happening. In 2023, full breakdowns of how to run Facebook ads and even an 18-hour-long dropshipping course garnered a ton of views. So in 2024, I suggest putting an emphasis on longer-form content that has more meat and more depth. Don't just create a video on why you should get into dropshipping. Instead, consider making an hour-plus long video going into the nitty-gritty of actually how to do it. But that does not mean that you should just start automating hour-long plus videos. You will still need to put in effort to make sure it's high quality. Otherwise, unfortunately, people will click off the second they start watching.
A lot of creators on YouTube think that the key to success lies in creating a high quality video. So they spend hours on their script, a ton of money on editing, only to fall completely short of what they wanted. Why is this? Well, it's because they are forgetting the key ingredient to growing on YouTube. A great idea. You see, with iPhones shooting incredible footage nowadays and AI making it easier than ever to create a video, the platform is becoming saturated with the same type of content over and over again. Therefore, it is more important than ever that you stand out in order to succeed. So in 2024, I see there being more focus on ideation. But you're probably wondering, what does ideation include? Well, it's the process of finding a unique video idea that has never been done before and and that it's interesting enough that enough people want to click on it and watch it. So if you want to capitalize on this trend and actually come up with good video ideas that get views, I suggest putting all of your time, energy and money into coming up with good video ideas and packaging. Because honestly, it doesn't matter how good your video is, if no one is gonna watch it, then what's the point? As a matter of fact, giving value is one of the most important things of a video. Take a look at Penguins, for example. The man puts zero effort in his editing, his environment or his metadata. He just uploads a video of himself discussing relevant topics and he still gets millions of views. And that is purely because of the value he is providing. And on the flip side, there are tons of channels who put hours and thousands of dollars into editing, but never break 1,000 views. People don't want any fancy edits. They just want great value that they can't find anywhere else, especially with a quick Google search. However, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do any editing, but it does mean that you should only use editing to enhance the value of your video, rather than it being the only value of your video.
And to do that, you'll want to use some kind of tool that gives you insight into keyword search volume and competition. For example, I personally use vidIQ before creating a video on any topic. I'll first put in the keywords and then I'll assess the score that it gives me for search volume and search competition. If it has under about 10,000 searches a month, I know that it's probably not relevant enough to make a video about. And on the other hand, if it has high competition, then I know that the topic area is probably too saturated to make a video about unless I take a very unique angle. So I typically spend a ton of time coming up with ideas and then using vidIQ to assess them. And if you want to do this yourself too, then feel free to head over to vidiq.com/natewealth and get vidIQ Boost for a month for just $1. And now you know about the fall of automation, the return of long-form content, the importance of ideation, and now you also have the tools and instructions to come up with great video ideas consistently. But there are still 2 more trends that you need to know to truly succeed on YouTube in 2024. Trend 4 is the rise of generative AI. Now, carrying on from my previous trend, because of the fall of automation and viewers' desires for higher quality content, I think that we'll also see a trend of generative AI being used to enhance content rather than create it from scratch. Let me explain. Ever since the introduction of ChatGPT, YouTubers have been trying to automate their systems using AI for their content. They want to use AI voices or use ChatGPT to write their scripts. Instead, what you should be doing is using these tools to enhance what you already have, and I think we'll see more of this as generative AI becomes more and more mainstream. So to capitalize on this trend, you'll want to invest a good amount of time into learning how to use these tools to your advantage. Right now, in my opinion, AI can't create something great, but it can definitely help you improve. For those who learn how to wield tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney in creating their videos will be much farther ahead than those who don't when AI truly advances in 2024 and the years following.
Because of the saturation of content, the desire for high quality video ideas is becoming bigger and bigger. Which is why in 2023 we saw a ton of people jump on trends and copy creators, sometimes even word for word. In 2024, however, I think we're going to see more disdain for this type of behavior and focus more on repackaging instead of blatant copying. For example, Ryan Train created a video where he went to a 1-star restaurant and reviewed it. Well, YouTuber Koi then took that concept, went to places with 0 reviews and made it a completely new video idea. So in 2024, when on the hunt for new video ideas, I suggest also considering repackaging content that already went viral. Use concepts that have already been proven to work and tweak them in a way that it aligns with your channel. And that way you're improving your chances of success while still being unique.
So there you have it, 5 new trends to look out for on YouTube in 2024. But don't stop there. Take your skills to the next level by watching this video on my channel about blowing up on YouTube in 2024, and you'll truly have everything you need to take on this exciting new year of YouTube.